Welcome into Duval Daily, presented by GenJag.com. I'm Jordan Lugo. Thank you so much for tuning in here on Thursday, May 2nd. Right now, we're talking about Maason Smith. Will he be able to make an impact for the Jaguars during his rookie year? In year one of his NFL career, we know the Jaguars took Maason Smith out of LSU with the 48th overall pick in the NFL draft, second round. I slammed the pick. A lot of analysts slammed the pick, but I'm going to go through the tape here today and talk about what he can bring to the table, what he doesn't really bring to the table at this point, how quickly I believe he can become an impact player for the Jaguars, what he needs to do to reach his potential, all that fun stuff. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. If you enjoy the content, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You can also check out genjag.com/shop, pick up some new Duval gear like the hat I'm wearing right now. You can also become a channel member here, get some cool perks. So, diving into Maason Smith's tape, basically, you have his freshman year, 2021. You have 8 snaps in 2022 before injury. And then you have the 2023 tape. We're going to dive into 2021 and 2023 a little bit, talk about what he brings to the table, and then talk about how that can, translate to Jacksonville, translate to the NFL. So, as a freshman in 2021, Smith was a 5-star recruit. This was, an unbelievably highly rated recruit. Immediately got playing time at LSU, 4 sacks, 5 tackles for loss, 19 total tackles, 12 stops. Pretty darn good for a freshman on 354 total defensive snaps. It was an impressive freshman year. What I see from the freshman tape is some physically dominant traits, which we already knew he had based on his testing. His length really helps him lock guys out against the run, to where they can't get hands on his chest, they can't get hands on his shoulders, they can't move him off the point. He then has the lateral mobility to scrape down the line and make plays out of his gap. He also has the lateral agility to cross the face either way of the opponent. He has explosiveness to shoot gaps, to get past an offensive lineman before they're even able to get out of their stance. He shows the power to drive guys into the backfield as well. He has a really large tackle radius thanks to his lateral agility, his length, and his strength and his big hands. Like he can grab you by a shoulder pad and rip you down if you're not this big, powerful back, right? What you don't see from him as a freshman is the pass rush plan. You don't see the pass rush moves. You don't really see consistency in diagnosing the run. Now, as an 18, 19-year-old kid playing in the SEC, that's fine. Like, it's freshman tape. You're not expecting to see some super advanced prospect. If you were, and if you did see that, you're probably talking about somebody that's going in the top 5, top 10, not someone who falls to the second round. And part of the reason he did fall to the second round, he didn't get to play in 2022. He played 8 snaps against FSU in the season opener in 2022 before a season-ending knee injury. And on his final snap, he blew up a play, caused a big tackle for loss against Florida State. So that was brutal. I mean, that was awful for his development, awful for his draft projection. That's as bad as it gets. I mean, that sucks. I feel for him. To go through that as a former 5-star, someone who feels like they're probably about to have a monster season, and then it gets just put on hold for an entire year until 2023, that sucks. And then you fast forward to 2023, he's admittedly not feeling 100%, but he's going out there giving it his all. 2.5 sacks. He was involved in 3 sacks. 4.5 tackles for loss, 28 total tackles, 2 passes defended, so he's getting his hands up a little bit better. What do we see on tape here from Maason Smith in his junior year? Started the year as a 20-year-old, turned 21 in October. I think you see a lot more activity with the hands, which is great. He's been focusing so much on rehab during, the 2022 season and getting ready for 2023, but you do see that he has developed a lot with his hands. Still at only 21 years old, 20 years old to start the season. You see the 2-hand swipe, you see a swim, you see a club. You already saw the bull rush and the long arm during his freshman year. So you see more moves. You also see counters. If he tries the long arm and it doesn't work, you can see him switch to a club and try to work his way into the backfield. You see the ability to kind of stutter and hesitate and try to take advantage of leverage. Those are really encouraging signs. I think you see the game slowing down for him a bit, like diagnosing, reading, reacting. I think he's playing smarter, more sound football, which is great. Now, I will say, even though the pass rush plan has improved, the counters have improved, the hand fighting has improved, they still don't work consistently enough for him to dominate. That combined with him still trying to get back to full strength, I think physically and endurance-wise, is why you didn't see more production in 2023. It's why you didn't see him rack up the pressures or the sacks or the tackles for loss or the stops. So I haven't really changed my stance on this. If you've been paying attention to the channel, I think the earliest he should have gone was round 3. You're betting on too many things happening when there are great prospects still on the board, in my opinion. And I do mean great. Like, there were guys on the board that I absolutely loved for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Too many to even name. But if he is 100% healthy now, which he says he feels 100%, he's the best he's been since his knee injury. If he gets his endurance up and continues to develop, which again, he did show a good amount of development in 2023, I do think you could be cooking with gas here with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think to start 2024 offseason, OTAs, rookie minicamp, training camp, I think he'll probably be like DT4, because he is a high draft capital investment. You don't want to just bury him on the depth chart. But I do think he'll be probably like defensive tackle 4 behind Eric Armstead, Devon Hamilton, Roy Robertson Harris. I think to surpass Roy Robertson Harris and get more reps, he just has to continue to develop. And again, be 100%. I think I gave this pick like a C or a C minus. I think it could easily stay that way. It could easily become an A with development. So again, this could go a lot of different ways. And I know some people have kind of talked about, well, is he a boom or bust pick? I don't know, because I think that there is a baseline of physical talent there to where I would just be kind of surprised if he doesn't make it at all in the league. I would. I think that this guy is at worst going to be a pretty decent rotational player, probably a starter long term. But how good of a starter is the question? Is it a high impact starter? If he doesn't develop a ton, probably not. If he does develop a lot, I think he could be a very good starter in the NFL. So does he make an impact for the Jaguars in year 1? I think that depends on what happens over the next 4 months. Coaching from Ryan Nielsen, defensive coordinator, from their defensive line coach, who is an up-and-comer, a guy who a lot of people feel really good about. Learning from the coaching, learning from Eric Armstead, the rest of these veterans, right? Developing that pass rush skill set, developing the hands, continuing to develop the counters, getting to full strength, as I've mentioned. If all that happens over the next 4 months, he could be a sneaky high impact guy in year 1. If that stuff doesn't happen, well, then we'll see how it plays out. Right? Now, I did want to address something. I've seen a lot of people, even in the media, talk about Maason Smith compared to Chris Jones. Please do not do that. It is not fair to him. It's not fair to anyone listening to you. And it's ridiculous. It's not right. Chris Jones was dominant during his time at Mississippi State. He did not deal with the knee injury. He had all the moves. He had the elite physicality, strength, and length. He was more explosive off the ball. Chris Jones is going to go down as one of the best defensive linemen of all time. There is no need to even go there. It's not right. Not fair. But Maason Smith has a chance to become an impact player with development, and that's enough to get me excited about seeing what happens. Even though I don't agree with the pick, I didn't agree with the pick, I cannot wait to watch him work, and I'll be pulling like hell for him. And if he does develop more with his hands, more with, just technically sound, against the run and the pass, the sky could be the limit for him. He does have a really enticing physical skill set. So we'll see how it plays out. Really would love to know what you guys think. Hit me up in the comment section below. You can also follow me on Twitter at Jordan DeLugo. If you enjoy the content, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You can check out ginjag.com/shop, pick up some new Duval gear like the hat I'm wearing right now. You can become a channel member to access some pretty cool perks. Links in the description below. Y'all have a good one.